Hi guys, this is my video entry for Beyond Bracelets 40,000 subscriber contest. This is the bracelet I did. It's called the Flop Zig Zag. As you can see, it's 4 colors and you need one string for each color, folded in half, and I would say about at least 80 inches long, just because you use up so much. I did 84 inches just to figure out how many you would need, and this is be about 80. You'd get about 3 sets for each color. I like to do mine as anklets, so if you want to do an anklet, you would probably need about 100 inches. Like I said, I did 84 and I tried to do an extra set, but I ran out of string right about here, and it takes up a lot of string. I'll show you in a minute. I did one with just 3 colors, which is a little smaller, and I think I actually like the 3 colors instead of the 4, just because I like it a little bit thinner. You can do it with as many colors as you like. Just would need more. The more colors you have, the longer the string would probably need to be. So I'm going to show you how to do this right now. This is your setup. Like I said, you need 4 colors for the standard size, and you need 2 strings of each color. So 1 string for each color, folded in half, and then knotted up at the top, which I already have done. And you basically need to know how to do a candy stripe, and this is how it's going to go. You're going to make a forward knot all the way across with your first red string, or whichever color you have. I'm doing red, yellow, green, and blue just so you can see it better. And on friendshipbracelets.net, where I got this pattern from, under the tutorial section, it didn't really explain how to switch colors very well. And in all the videos that I found for this bracelet, it didn't, none of them told you how to either. They only did the 1 color. So I'm going to show you how to switch colors when we get to that point. So you're going to do another stripe all the way across with your other red string. And you want to make sure you get it kind of pushed up pretty good, because no matter which side you have this bracelet on, you can wear it on either side because it looks the same no matter which way you have it turned. Almost done with this row. Now, this is going to sound funny because I thought it was kind of strange too. This is where the flipping and the name flip-flop comes from. You're going to take, once you get done with your second red string, let's try to zoom in. Okay, maybe not. Once you get done with your second red string all the way across, you're going to take the bracelet and you're going to turn it over so that your red strings are back at the front. And you're going to separate your colors again because mine got kind of jumbled. And you're going to do 4 knots again all the way across. With both red strings. And like I said, you're going to want to make sure you get it pulled up there pretty good, especially when after you flipped it, because you're basically you're trying to go at an upward diagonal, because if you know when you make a candy stripe, it tends to go, if you're doing a forward candy stripe, it tends to go from the left downward to the right. And right now you're trying to go from the bottom left up to the top right. So you kind of got to make sure you push it up pretty good, because otherwise you're going to see that color of the base string. And at the beginning, it's not really a big deal. Once you get further down into the bracelet, it's going to make a difference. And then do another forward row. Once you get that first row of the first color, you don't have to worry so much about making sure it's pushed up, but you still got to be careful, watch for it, because the motion's already inset, so you don't have to worry about it so much. Okay, finish off this row. And then when you finish off the second row of the red again, you're going to flip it right back over to where it was to begin with. And get your strings back in order. If you're using a cardboard loom, like I did my first one, I used a cardboard loom because I just made this clipboard. It's a little easier. You don't have to worry about taking it out every time you flip it. Once you start turning it around, it'll pretty much figure itself out and turn it itself. And it's a little easier. You can do another forward row of the red. All the way back across. And again, another forward row with the red. And you'll notice that the further you get down on the bracelet, it's going to want to try to turn itself, so you got to kind of hold on to the strings a little bit, because otherwise it's going to try turning. You're going to get the strings on that you haven't done yet pulled into your knot, and you're going to have to go in and try and fix it, which is not that hard, but it's still a pain in the butt. Now, on friendshipbracelets.net, as I finish off this row, it didn't tell me how to switch colors. All it says is that once you get done with the red, it says to do, in the next step, it says to do backwards with the yellow. You can't really do backward all the way across with the yellow. So, you have to flip it again. And then you can do your backward knots, your yellow string. You're going to do it all the way across. Again, just like before. Now, it didn't tell me this until after I finished reading all the way through. After every 2 rows, so you have 2 strings for each color. After you get done with both strings for the color, you're going to flip it. And that's how you get your shorter zigzag into there. And you'll see it's already starting to form. You might not be able to because my camera won't zoom in. I have to zoom in before I start the video. But it's really simple. And once you get the hang of it, it doesn't take very long to do. especially if you're doing just 3 colors. Like the little sample I did, I only did that in like not even 5 minutes, just because it was just a little sample, but I got through all 3 colors in like 5 minutes. It's really simple to do, and once you get the hang of, you know, flipping it over, and that's what takes the longest, is just flipping it over. You know, if you could just go through each color without having to flip it, it'd be really cool. But until then, you gotta flip it. Oops. Did a double twist on that knot. Okay. So, all the way across with both yellows, doing backward knots. And then, once again, flip it over. And you're going to do backward knots again. With both yellows. And this is pretty much it. Just do forward knots and then backward knots. And flip it after each row, or after every 2 rows. And then you got your flip-flop zigzag bracelet. I'll finish off this row, and I'll show you the bracelet again. And then basically, when you get done doing 3 sets of, you do 3 sets of each color, and then when you get to your green, after flipping it, when you get done with your yellow, you're going to do forward knots all the way across. Flip it, forward knots again, flip it, forward knots again, and then you're going to do your blue. After then you flip it, and then you do your blue. You're going to do backward knots like you did with the yellow. So that's basically all you do. I didn't finish off the yellow, but that's basically all you do. And you just keep doing that over and over again. And like I said, it doesn't matter which side you put it on to wear it, because it looks the same. I don't think I have any spot. I have one spot there where you can see the yellow came through. I don't think you can really see it. But it's really an easy bracelet. So after every 2 rows, you flip it, and then do your knots again, just like a candy stripe, and it puts this little zigzag in it. And then the smaller one, you just do the same thing. You flip it after every 2 rows. So that's it. I hope you enjoy this bracelet. It's the Flip Flop Zig Zag. I hope it was easy for you as it was for me, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks. Bye.